Bleeding gums, Furphy. You know I'm not the same person I used to be, though I struggle to convince the world, which strangely enough includes myself, though I like to deny that I play any part in it, the daily mechanism and operations of your universe. No matter how many times I skip town or attempt to reinvent myself, I will never be able to successfully escape myself. I get that somebody may justifiably be annoyed with me, because I attempt to defend the indefensible. You don't pretend to know everything, you just get by. You know the reasons why I can't look you in the eyes, because I'm ashamed over my misdeeds. The destiny of your people could be hidden in the month the rivers reeds. Think of all the times when the seed was protected from birds and weeds, when you surrounded me with your hedge of protection, so that I may not sin against you onwards and upwards. We go on our journey, knowing in these treacherous times you will carry us through the wind and the waves till we have reached the shoals of the shore once more. I'm trying to figure out what it is that makes me like this. When did I cross the line between love and friendship? There are some people who I should just never be more than friends with, 'cause I'm the kind of guy who wants to get that fire burning from the get-go. So if you're not legit for me to split a shake with, I should quit shit from the first minute, sure. But I never left. Funny how Americans say Indian burn and we say Chinese. We say Chinese whispers and they say telephone. We say Siamese twins and some say conjoined. Siam is Thailand anyway. I think we should just call it a day, wondering what the hey diddle dumpling, chewing dewdrops all the way. Watching my bay plop on the couch, flop on God with me, be a little patient while you wait for that breakthrough, honey. Don't let it break you in the process, so me, be honest with yourself, is this working out right? Do you need to feed yourself a diet of worms for a million years before you're ready to eat humble pie? Why do I never question why I act, think and speak the way I do? Feels like my brain is licking all over your linoleum. I don't know how to play the harmonium or harmonica. I've never been to the Smithsonian. I'm a lonely man, I've got plenty of homies, man. I'm never alone, 'cause God is with me all the time. Everywhere I go, I got fire in my soul in the immediate moments. I am not concerned with the consequences of my actions, but in hindsight and reflecting back on where I've been and what God has brought me through, I'm taken aback by the devastation you have saved me from. I shall not mourn any longer. My angel of the morning is stirring up the waters for me, stirring me to passion and resolve, killing all the conflict in me, solving all the conundrums instantly of why I ended up in this place, just so I could seek out her face, longing for her embrace, open the only parts of our bodies her touches and just our fingers. She touched my heart without having to rip my chest open to do so. She must have known that it was beating faster in her presence. I was never too good at keeping it casual, playing games like I didn't have feelings for her. From the first second we made contact, I never meant to think with the mind of a criminal. I get why some people would want to lock me up and throw away the key just because of the way I choose to see the world. I fail to make the same distinctions between us other people do. There are lines I know I shouldn't cross, yet still I choose to. That's how I end up lost in the wilderness of ghosts. But you help me to find my way out of it. Slay all those skeleton armies that come against me and try to kill my enthusiasm for human life. Keep my mind fixed on that light perspective, reflecting you in my talk and my actions, not subtracting from what you have taught me, counteracting the works of the enemy, following you every step of the way to heaven and loving you unconditionally. You impose no conditions on the love you show towards me, although there are restrictions involved in living holy. We do but don't do some things because we want our relationship with you to work well. We need to be completely sold out and devoted to you, emoting your words of truth. It only seems like a battle, not like clicking my fingers when I fall out of the habit of putting you first in my life, starting my day right, focusing all my concentration and energy on you, withdrawing from the worldliness embedded deep inside of me, needing to bounce back constantly. lack any enthusiasm to proceed. What kind of fool was I to doubt you when you provide my every need? I know you have to do some gardening in me, pruning and weeding out of me those things that don't belong in your kingdom, those ungodly influences that plague me. You lock them off with your shears. Do you need to clip me behind the ears? 'Cause I stubbornly refuse to learn from my mistakes. The temptation is just too strong in me. I get overcome, especially when I lack sleep. My vigilance is totally weak. I know I need to guard my heart. Stop the lion, the beast from prowling around my thoughts. Help lion-like beast from prowling around my thoughts. Help me not to get caught up in the conflict that's not between flesh and blood. You didn't call for us to exit warfare entirely, just to pick out battles more wisely. I get there are some things that I'm viewing I should probably avoid. I know it's not good for me. I need to resist that lurid flickering image. Those moving pictures that ensnare my soul. It wasn't like I was actively seeking that kind of thing, at least not at that moment. I wasn't just looking for godliness. I was still hunting for the inspiration given to me by gorgeous females. It's not like my heart is always in hot pursuit of them. Sometimes it's the most casual interest I display, 'cause I know if things get too heated, you will never come round my way again. I think I'm up to date with my body clock now. But from my sloppy method of expressing myself, it's obvious I need to make more deposits in my sleep bank. I have no more slugs in my tank. Poor rank on me for my insubordination, lock of iron hand coordination, failing to negotiate for my blind spot, shooting slightly short of the mark. We grow up in different worlds now. There's no likelihood that our paths shall ever cross again. I have beaten myself black and blue, watching and waiting, internally debating within myself, should I make the first move? There was none of that awkwardness with her. It was an instant connection, the kind they write scripts for romantic movies about, but it was a passing moment, and I have no idea if I will be capable of bringing all the skills to the table necessary to keep her hanging on for life. Though she displayed a keen interest in me, I would be happy to make myself a new hobby. I would gladly be her pet, and she could play with me every day, take me for walks, and live without regret. I'd fetch a stick for her, I'd even go swimming in the sea. I'd roll over and beg for her if she bothered to ask me. I'd heel when she commanded and toe the line to please her. I'd do whatever she wanted just for the privilege of holding her in my arms. I felt my heart getting subsumed in hers. I never presumed to know her better than God or her folks did. I didn't get the chance to get that well acquainted or intimate. This time I'm determined to make something out of my life and not be undermined by the works of the enemy. Everybody has to start somewhere. It's cool to see that gung-ho attitude being displayed in others. You are the one who never fails to lead me and guide me and always walk beside me. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, Jehovah Nissi, the Lord, my banner. You brought me to your banqueting hall. You prepared a spiritual feast for me, waiting when I crack open your word. You are the one I represent, my healer and protector, who enlarges my tents and increases my enthusiasm for life. I get that some people might be disturbed by the thought that it's possible to live in freedom. I know I let my mind go wandering way too much for my own good. I have taken it to some pretty dark places. I have embraced that which should never be part of my identity. I have absorbed it into myself. That's why I fight against a liar who keeps trying to pull me back into the fire of those devilish desires. People mock me only because they don't see the change taking place in me. Do people not see I have the ability to change? Because you placed within my heart the skills to break these chains that bind me to the old man's way of thinking, killing off that carnal nature inside of me. I don't care if people chew me out, because I know who I am in Christ. Wait until the heat dies down. I won't strike again like a rattling snake. I won't return to the scene of my supposed crime. Tell me how I'm meant to own it as one when the eyes of the law are on my side. I know what I should be doing with my life isn't what I always end up occupying my time with. In fact, it really is. But you are capable of rising up and causing me to overcome all worldly obstacles that get thrown my way. I used to think if songs didn't mention the name of Jesus, that they were ungodly garbage, or that they had something missing in them. So I refused to sing them even in church, when the focus was clearly directed on our Lord and make
Jesus Christ. I didn't cop that revelation back then, that we don't always have to be so obvious, but I do with my approach. Because I know how my mind has a tendency to drift and shift in focus, unless I'm specific in addressing exactly who I'm talking about. It's got nothing to do with wanting to shove my Saviour down your throat, but simply because of the fact that I love him and I'm bursting to share him with the world. It shouldn't be too hard to get. If you've ever been in love with someone, I'm not trying to denigrate or downplay the achievements of my homie by switching all the focus on Jesus, enabling them to achieve any measure of success. I think it's important that we keep the main thing always in our focus. Any success we have is never possible purely because of us. All dreams are only capable of being brought into reality and fruition with the divine assistance of life's maker. I don't want to be thrown into that bottomless pit. Trying to stay lit and legit is way too much of a burden for me to handle. I will settle for just doing me, and if people dig it, that's awesome. Otherwise, I know the maker of the universe approves of me, and that's enough for me. I don't need validation from humans, although it gives my ego a boost and inspires me to keep on trucking. When I meet someone who is impacted by what I see as my ministry, simply interacting online and going deep with truth. It doesn't have to be so complicated as we make it. Sure, we have to obey rules and commandments, but all 10 of them are summed up in 2 simple phrases: to love the Lord your God wholeheartedly and love your neighbor in that same full, complete way. I admit I prefer to keep my life to myself rather than interacting with my neighbor most of the time. I had to refresh my mind that our wholly defined neighborliness lies in how we show mercy to everyone around us, how we are willing to respond in love. It's easy to convince myself I'm too busy to help others. I can talk myself out of displaying kindness, lie to myself about my busyness, when truth be told I make my schedule these days, so I've no excuse why I can't stop for a minute and drop a little sweet gesture your way. I forgot that when I do good deeds for others, I do it for you. No filter required to display your beauty and your goodness. Trying to get through to you. I know probably none of this is new to you. I just wish I could make you see that you mean the world to me. I think you know it already. You should have figured it out years ago. I'm sure you did. You're a pretty smart cookie. Do I have to line around the block just to book in time with you? Thinking of you all day. You keep floating around my brain and it's driving me insane. This crazy desire for you. See how my hormones rage for you. I tried to lock them in a cage, but you are the cage that releases them. You drive me wild, mysterious girl. Flower child, hippie like. Halfway to a woman, got me hopping on my back and riding through your house in my dreams. You could be making plenty cream on and off stage. You will succeed at whatever you do. I want to engage you in conversation every day. There's no substitute for your unbelievable cuteness. I pray you will spread the fragrant knowledge of Christ everywhere. Your life is the sweetest smelling perfume, rising up to God's nostrils in a pleasing aroma. You don't need makeup or any physical alterations to your hair, nails, eyebrows, or the rest of your body. You are perfect just the way God made you. It's not easy to love you from a distance, knowing you are so very far away from me. It's difficult to have these feelings for you, and yet have nowhere to put them, like in your ears or in your lips. So sweet and delicate, like a pretty little flower that grows on top of the mountain just near the spring, so rare and fragile. Such strong perfume that spreads throughout the galaxies and sets my mind at ease. I don't want anything or anyone to separate you from me, including my own doubts, fears, and insecurity. All that matters to me is making you happy. That's the only thing I care about in this world, truly. Let me be the one to defend you. I can't pretend you don't feature in my dreams every evening. It's getting so hot and steaming in here, and it's got nothing to do with the weather. I think it's the heat of your body that keeps fogging up my mirror. I dream of you walking through my walls, or suddenly appearing by my bedside, wearing nothing at all. Smile radiant at sunlight, a few years down the road. Dreaming of you is my pride. It fills my heart with pride to know you. I just want to show you a good time. Grow old in your company. You know we could look after each other. We could go on all kinds of crazy adventures and fly around the world together. We could explore all kinds of weather. You know. Oh, and the two of us will never sever. I want to tickle you with feathers, you know. You will look good in leather. I want to kiss you on the heather. I think you are so sweet and clever. My only endeavor is to please you. Though it takes me ages to get it together and realize what a precious gift from God I have in you. How nothing is in this world brings me more joy than simply to hold you in my arms. Oh, golden brown beauty who's claimed my heart. Who may never be mine, yet still I'll be your Valentine. Your beautiful eyes got me drunk like wine. You're like candy, I want you all the time. Want to recline with you, dine with you, enjoy sunrise and sunset. Such a beautiful romantic view to share with you. Want to show you how much I love you and care for you. I hate it when others neglect you and disrespect you, spoil you, treat you mean. You should be treated like a queen. You were always everything I want in this life. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted was your touch. What I needed was your heart. Your cheeky bomb attitude, it just gets me going. It stirs me up inside. The way you use your words like a pro, that just makes me want to throw my arms around you even more. You were like a charm bracelet, I want you wrapped around me. Want to feel you close to my skin. Want you breathing deep within me. Want our bodies to connect. Want to be tangled in your limbs, want to swim inside the ocean of your body, want to get completely submerged in you. Emerging, dripping wet with passion, coming up for air, then sinking deep beneath the horizon. Into your waves and fiery embrace again. Let me be so consumed by thoughts of you. You are the only thing I ever think. The only thing I can think about. Let me be a total wreck for anything else. Let me be unable to do basic maths. Cause your face keeps popping up inside my brain. Wondering, is she wearing her glasses today? Is she diving in the sea perhaps? Is she sitting against a lover's wall? Why did I fall for her when she lives so far away? Yet I can't help the way you feel about you. I'm kneeling on the ground begging for your company. Can't peel myself away from you. I like to peel your layers of clothing like an orange skin, slowly and tenderly. I like to pull you in the water with me, lock my lips against yours as well as my hips, so nobody can ever rip us apart in this life. I love the way you look with your hair loose and flowing down your back. Natural supermodel material, the most gorgeous specimen of womanhood I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe that you're my friend sometimes. I know I pushed you away by wanting something from you that you weren't willing to give. Perhaps that day will come if I am patient. Even if it doesn't, you know the passing of time doesn't stop me desiring you any less. The more the days we're on, the more I want you, sweet darling. You're my starlight. You're my sun, moon and planets. My world revolves around you now. Nobody can compete with you right now. You know they never could anyway. I would rather be with you any day than with anybody else in the universe. I can still see the sweetness and innocence in you. I can still see that purity and godliness in you. It's got nothing to do with the way your parents taught you to behave, but something you choose for yourself. Around the world you are making waves, influencing people with the power of love. I really love to get intimate with you, explore all the tasty thoughts inside your head. I love to see you dance and sing and play musical instruments. I love to see you write your poems and even sneak a peek of the way you sometimes cheat on exams. You've done some naughty things, but I still think you're a nice girl deep down inside. I want to ride on the slippery slide with you, want to splash around in your pool. Want to splash you in the water, want to be your little grown-up love fool. I don't know what it is about you that's got me so addicted. I want to build a secret world just for the two of us. Access restricted to anyone else in the universe. Your compliments have got me floating on air like my head is a little bird spinning loop-de-loops around the clouds. You've got me jumping for joy and laughing out loud. Wishing I could share this beautiful city with you. Like you do with your gorgeous view, not just the beauty you capture in the mirror, but the natural wonders around you. I aim to please you, wanna squeeze you and tease you, grab you and never release you, make you my lifetime prisoner of love. Lock you up in my heart and hide the key, and if you want it back then you're gonna have to kiss me before the clock is turned to another hour. Show me how much you miss me before my milk turns sour. I wanna devour your delicious kisses all night long. I wanna tickle you everywhere you can imagine, starting with your cute little toes and working my way up to your fingertips. Don't ever doubt there's something amazing and incredible inside you waiting to get out. You have so much potential. You could be the president of your country. You could change the world. I know you have the power buried deep down within your precious heart. Life doesn't have to be so hard. Mine is when I have to go more than 24 hours without hearing from you. Please clear your schedule, 'cause I like to make a date with you one of these days. When you were old enough and wise enough to deal with my roughness, I never meant to be so tough on you. I know I should have been a little soft and cushioned light. I hope I never make your mood prickly again. My eyes trickle with teardrops when I do anything to hurt you, to scare you or cause you pain. You know there's sunshine and rain in every relationship or friendship. I know you clearly defined what we are. Yet it doesn't stop me connecting the stars from your face. In my mind's eye, I can see you and I floating around in outer space with our cosmic suits on, watching our cameras and rise bubbles go jumping around amongst the asteroids. I couldn't avoid you if I tried. You're not the kind of girl to obsessively snap pictures of her hide, 'cause you got far finer assets than just your beautiful behind. I'm talking about that creative mind of yours, so full of wonders like Aladdin's cave. I don't think I'm worthy to enter it and get out alive, which should be fine, 'cause once I get swallowed by it, I never want to be anywhere else on earth. Your delightful brain is the most charming place to be. I don't know why you call yourself an alien, but you're the queen of my planet, baby. I wonder if you were an extraterrestrial, if you preferred to have multiple eyes or hands. It took me a lifetime just to understand you don't want me to be so thirsty and hungry for your body. But I can't help myself. I would try to tickle your funny bone instead, that then betray my horniness around you. Give the game away that I love you, 'cause it's no good to get romantic with you when some other dude already beat me to the punch. You're too far for me to take you out to lunch, but I can still enable you to find something nice to crunch. It's not any girl can totally mesmerize me like you do. There's no one in the world who I want more than you. I can't believe that anyone wouldn't think you were the cutest and cuddliest thing to ever walk on the scene. You never lost that charm. I hope one day I can wake up in your arms. Until that day comes, you keep using that body like a lethal weapon. You know you got me in your power, paradise woman. You're so fantastic, so sweet and ladylike, so disarmingly charming, the only kind of girl I like. Love your caramel complexion, you're the image of perfection. Wanna give you my affection, your life has got reflection. I wanna see your face in the mirror behind me when I look into my own. Wanna feel your arms holding my waist, wanna taste your kisses, wanna stick you on the phone in my heart. Wanna be that best dude, I guess to squeeze it. That I guess to spend eternity with you, that's what makes my eyes so green and jealous. There are some women who just capture your heart. Hello, you are one of those girls. I'm buried under the snow with my desire for you. There's no coming out from under it. There's no possible way to recover from it. I'm sick of love because of you. There's a substitute for the quality only found in you. I love to just unwind with you. I don't need to drink till I'm blind with you. Can we just because we can entertain ourselves, singing and dancing, getting intimate, both physically and emotionally, talking about our feelings, what we want to be when we grow up. We should show up in my place. You were so full of beauty and grace, the most bootylicious woman in the galaxy. I would build a palace for you, my queen, if I only had the money. Would you settle for a job, honey, in the moon, serenading us with its luminosity? You feel electricity. I get ever so tingly when your body's close to me. The rest of the world becomes blanked out, and all I see is you. my sweet mango.
When all I want is you, but I don't know if it's reciprocal. When I'm twice your age, +5.
Some people might be looking at us sideways if they ever saw the two of us together. But there's no convincing me that we don't belong. I won't be persuaded otherwise. 'Cause you're a dreamboat and you make me float over the clouds and far away, carried on your rainbow streams, bringing dreams closer to reality. Counting down the years until I get to hold you in my arms. I promise to be patient and wait for you if only you will do the same for me, but I know it's already too late for me to seize the beauty that is you. That fortress has been claimed. So distraught I remain, caught up in thoughts of you, unable to prevent myself from suffocating on them. It's pretty clear cut what you think about me. I know we come a long way on the friendship journey. We could have the most magical time together if only you could see the possibility of you and I. Why, oh why, did you have to say goodbye? It would be far kinder to stick a needle in my eye. I promise not to tell a lie, just call me George Washington. I'll do tons of washing for you, if only you ask me to. I won't be caught with my nose going longer stretched so far ahead of me that it's like I'm carrying my broom on my face instead of under my arm. Will you let me keep you safe from harm? I find you so dazzling, I was hassling you too much for sure. But you never called the popo on me, though I go up and down like a yo-yo when I'm around you. So glad I found you, angels surround you, the most beautiful angel of all. Let me imagine just for a minute that you're all mine and I don't have to share you with the rest of the world. If only they were the ones in the friend zone. And what we had was a special secret garden that nobody sees or knows about. Please don't throw me out, 'cause I've been going through a love drought, and you are like a glass of water to this man who's dying of thirst. You are the rope that pulls this drowning dude out of an ocean of misery blue. Whenever it seems like this world has no you, that's when I can't help myself from screaming at the moon. Let me know when you're in the mood for love. I promise not to shove you in the box. You are crafty like a fox, you can be my vixen. I fall victim to your love arrow. Watch it strike my heart. You're a heroine, not a villainess. They got it twisted. You're fierce like a lioness, I must confess. I've never seen a woman look more beautiful, fully dressed, or in any dress, pair of shorts or school skirt. If you hurt, please feel free to share your pain with me. That's what I'm here for. Let me be your love doctor and soothe your wounded spirit. Oh, babylicious woman whom my heart truly adores. Let my arms adorn your shoulders like a fur coat. If I have any reason to gloat, being your friend is the best one I've got. Not just because you're hot, but also 'cause the thoughts you express make me want to jot them down and share them with the world. You're so profound and inspirational, like that. You are sweet and sensational, and easily underestimated by those who write you off as shallow. But you are far too deep for them to get you. They are just dumb bums, don't expect them to understand such a grand master of wisdom as you are. Such an expert whose eyes have swam among the stars. Oh, you are such a wonderful woman. You have given me so many reasons to rejoice. You would always be my first choice of people I choose to spend time with. Love is some kind of blindness. If you're cold, I'd wrap you in a blanket. Like to provide you wristbands and anklets. Like to cup your face in my hands and kiss you ever so delicately on each cheek. Let the lips wait for wedding bells, darling. 'Cause you know once I start kissing you, I will never be able to stop. You are a monster, and at the art of sensual seduction. If I can't have you, baby, may my breathing cease to function. I know I probably should just get over you, but I've convinced myself that I can't help falling in love with you. I've done a con job on myself, I pulled the wool over my eyes, I've gone and become infatuated with you again. Like a typical fanboy does with a music model or movie star. I would follow you everywhere you go. I would do whatever it takes just to hold you close. I don't know what it is that tickles your funny bone, but I know what you find appealing. That doesn't mean I can always bring in what it takes to make it up and get you heated. I'll be longing for you, baby, got this crazy fetish. I'm the bat hanging around upside down on the branch of that tree that grows outside your house. There is no competition when it comes to you. Nobody in this world holds a candle to you. So any other woman I'm chasing is just a settling for less substitute. But you're so cuddly and cute, and yet you're ever so resolute that we will never be an item. Can't you even for 1 second see us as a couple? See how good we could be together, how I can protect you from bullies and provide for you all your material desires in this world. I wanna impress you, I don't just wanna undress you. I wanna make you feel refreshed with a cool glass of lemonade on a hot summer's day. Like you do when you kiss me in my daydreams. I don't think I'm gonna catch you doodling my name in your exam papers, writing our initials and making little hearts round it. You are not the type of girl to stick my last name on your first. I'm trying to attach myself to you like a pufferfish. Please don't make me suffer for. Just give me what I wish for. You know it was always you. I keep thinking whenever someone messages me that it's you trying to reach me. I know you are a fast communicator, but that's ridiculous to assume every time it must be you. Plus, if it was, I wouldn't be able to keep up anyway. I don't know why I sabotaged our relationship by getting too sexual with you. Should have let you ease into it gradually. You could tell I was aroused at the thought of hanging out with you. Wishing I could see you browsing for clothes at the mall. If you want a blouse, just say the word, it's yours. Let me be a genie in the bottle. So long as it's affordable, I will never say no to you. Got so much pleasure to show you all my treasure. I jealously guard you. I won't let anyone step close to you. Wanna hide you away from the world. Wanna keep you in the shadow of my arms. Don't get so obsessed with failure and success. You will always be a winner to me, baby. I'm a loser unless I've got you. Nothing I gain is as worthy of prize as your sweet eyes. You were so fit and athletic. Some think my love is pathetic. The way I follow you around anywhere you go. I have these tender feelings for you that just don't want to disappear in a hurry. Cause you're hot like curry. Wanna comfort you when your eyes are all blurry with teardrops. Wanna keep anyone from making you feel cut up inside. Wanna about of you, chilling in that good peaceful place in your company, where everything is amazing. I will be praising you for the blazing fires you inspire in my heart. I find it hard to imagine love outside of you. I know it may sound crazy to everybody in the world, but it's true. Affection doesn't make sense, but this inferno is so intense. I just can't let you go so easily, watching you drift away from me. Can you be mine if only for a day? I'm wondering what you would do if you could do anything with me. I know you like to be on top, you want the cream of the crop. I never wanna stop, make me stop. Your body is my lollipop, I wanna lick it all night and day. I just wanna sing you all my love songs. Make it flow just like a billabong. Hope you don't think about first thing in the morning. Hope my smell doesn't make you wanna run away. That can soon be fixed with a quick shower, babe. Don't you worry about a thing, honey. I'll cook you breakfast in bed. Make sure you're always well fed. Wish I could have you for the holidays and every other day beyond that. Right now I'd settle for a coffee and a chat. Did you smell a fish or a suspicious rat? When I was starting to interact with you again, I can't help myself being attracted to you. I think just about every boy in the school is secretly or publicly, maybe even someone. The teachers too, I wouldn't blame them if they had a crush on you. Cause I'm crunching on you in a major ways, crunching your cheeks. Cause I like to play with that lovely booty, like to be the curry on your hook. Cause you caught my eye from the very first look. You got me sprung on that tremendous stone. You had me wishing it was spinning circles round my mouth. I can't forget you, baby, even though you're not mine, even though you have your heart in the last soul. You eye to eye, oh, how I wish you were mine. You were such a divinely crafted little beauty. It's easy for me to get hardy. If I got you, I wanna float the well for my connection to you with the whole wide world. Maybe you would rather keep our hearts under lock and key. I'm willing to oblige with whatever way you see the world. Though I'd really love to advertise my desire for you, so the whole globe knows, from Cavity Land to Mexico, everywhere I go. Wanna take you with me, baby boo, more than just as a picture in my love heart. Shaped locket that I wear around my neck. Wanna keep you in my pocket. I won't let anybody knock you. I wonder, does anything shock you? I blunder too many times in my life when it comes to love, but the best decision I ever made was falling in love with you, and I'm never going back on my word that I promised to spend forever with you. Please don't let me draw a blank stare from you when I say, is it okay if this falls in love with you? I don't want to make you glare or your stomach sick with disgust, but every rhyme I bust is 40% for you and 60% for Jesus. Honey, I wanna give you all my love. Let's not give up so soon when we have only just begun. Can we have some fun in the midnight sun? Could you be the one to capture my heart from the first blink? You know, sometimes I think at expressing myself, I just get depressed, thinking about the distance between us, imagining the two of us fishing down by the stream. We could make a terrific team. Can you see the two of us getting along just as well as two people possibly can? Even better than the cliche of a bedazzled honeymoon is nobody has a sense of humor like you. Nobody gets me feeling like dancing on the ceiling and swinging from the chandeliers like you do. Can I boogaloo with you? There's love to see your booty shaking on the dance floor. You make me drop my jaws in amazement at the beauty of your body and your skill, flexibility, your agility is second to none. I don't know why you wanna get high, 'cause I get my floating experience when I look into your eyes. Is that what you mean? 'Cause when I am keen on someone, it seems like I'm drifting along those puffy white clouds. I wanna do things with you I'm not allowed to yet, and probably won't ever be able to unless you do something about that boyfriend of yours. I wish you would go and find somebody else. Not that I want your heart to break, I just want you all to myself. It's a challenging thing to wake up in the morning and know that you're not there by my side. It's a painful thing to know I will never make your heart grow wings. And sorry about the heavens, I know it wouldn't be fair to ask for even 1% of you, even though like your hell be asking too much. The more you give, the more I want of you. If it's so good it should be illegal, then it probably isn't good for you, although it doesn't stop you wanting it anyway. Is it true that your kisses have feeling properties? I'm determined to find out, 'cause I've travelled from a distant country just to have an audience with you, my exalted queen. Won't you tell me what you mean? I know I suck at keeping promises. I keep on telling you that I'm gonna do something for you that I never come through for you. This time, that way of acting is going to change. I am determined to make a success of my relationship with you, even if it's all in my mind and you don't feel the same. I just hope you will wake up one day and see that you just can't live without me. Like I feel all the time, obsessing over you, with you always fixed like a portrait, hanging on the wall at the back of my mind. You could make easy money, but you wouldn't want to sacrifice your dignity. And I'd hate to see other dudes ogling you like only I want to be permitted to exclusively. It's painful to think of what other dudes are doing to your picture when it's printed in the magazines. They are sending me threatening messages. They are telling me to go jump off a cliff, acting like I am not even significant, like I'm not part of the picture of your life. I'm experiencing guilty conscience, but it will probably go away in the morning. I'm not sure if I want to get rid of it or keep it hanging around. whenever a brand new day is dawning, 'cause I think I need it, 'cause I wouldn't want to do wrong by you. I wouldn't want to get mad at me for ignoring you. I wouldn't want you to get mad at me for ignoring you or not doing enough to please you, or simply being too grotty for you to handle. It's funny how some girls are more interested in you when you don't pay them any mind than if you are constantly bugging them and trying to get inside their head. I never knew how to keep it casual where you were concerned. Eventually I will always start to get more intense, asking you too many questions, pushing you off the side of the fence that was teeing me onto the other one that is resolutely against anything to do with me. It's not like I ever had any plan B. I only ever wanted to be with you, my darling. Don't leave me so cold and lonely. Keep rolling with me, like those piggies rushing around in the waves of the sea. It's agony and ecstasy whenever you're with me. I find myself unable to separate myself from my computer 'cause it's got your face on it. Stroking your pixelated image, pretending it's the real thing, going so psychotic over you. I think I need deliverance ministry. Perhaps I will forget about you if I get something going with somebody else, 'cause you know I'm fickle and faithless like that. Although I totally don't mean to be. I know I can't make you feel anything for me. I shouldn't attempt to stir up or awaken love before it pleases, should I now? I'm learning how to walk alone. I hope you might pick up the phone. I know it's too late to bother you when you should be studying and concentrating on your papers. But it's clear you don't mind getting distracted. By the sun and the wind, the wind, the waves and the water, I would gladly add to your swimsuit collection to me the wild image of perfection. I'm done beating myself up over loving you, though I have to prove I'm worthy of your tenderness. I can imagine you would be skilled at massaging. I find my ego enlarging in your company. Just to call you mine is the tastiest treat. Let me not waste away without you by my side. Chide me if you must, just don't tell me I can't lust after you and get away with it forever. They told me to stay away from the girls at church. I didn't listen to the good advice. I wasn't able to control myself. But all my kinds were always committed online. Can you be my little pine tree? If you grew up alongside me, maybe it would be easier for us to love in the light, not the dark. In truth, the only thing I want to know about him is that he's left you. But of course, any guy would be crazy to cheat or neglect a beautiful woman like you, so I can see why he sticks around. Why he clings tight to your coffee grounds. I can see you are abounding in joy, love and lust. I want to take a bath with me. I did your hair down to your calves. We don't do anything by halves around here. We really pushed the boat out. I did nothing of note today. It wasn't worthy of scribbling down, 'cause you weren't coming to my town. I struggle to see my life outside your love. I don't want you to ever give us up. She tells me in order to lose somebody you have to have found them in the first place. You had to have had them initially. You can't lose what you never had, baby. I'm so restless 'cause thoughts of you are spinning round like wheels inside my head. And I'm not even wrestling in it anymore. Just embracing my desire for you that starts a fire in my pants. Starting to bite at my conscience like ants do the contents of our picnic on the rug. You are my drug, I'm so addicted to you. I couldn't stop it just to hug, although I surely wanted to, 'cause didn't want to take advantage of you or spoil your womanly virtue. You know I'm keen as mustard just to get to know you. Want to stimulate your mind 'cause your body is getting plenty of workouts right now. I want to wear you out intellectually. I want to keep you hanging on for more and feed your curiosity. I would do anything just to make you take my bait. I aim to stir you up into a passionate frenzy like you do me. Maybe I should quit feeding my fantasy. Is it fallacy to think you would ever find me attractive? They say it's crazy to want somebody that you have to wait so long for in order to do anything legitimately, but you know the truth that all good things are worth the test of patience required of the two of us. Can we have a beautiful future together? Am I just fooling myself that you could ever want me, that you were worth the test of patience required of the two of us? Can we have a beautiful future together? Am I just fooling myself that you could ever want me? That you could ever feel you need me in your life? Am I just speaking nonsense again? Talking a whole bunch of trash and gibberish, 'cause I giggle at your jokes a little bit too often for my own good, which makes me swoon over you. Why do you melt my heart? Why have you got me promising my life savings to you, just to see you dance slightly closer to me? Oh, darling, you do it so divinely. Why are you so fine? Anytime you decide you approve of busting a move with me, you know where to find me. Can you take me on a journey with you into the tranquil country of your mind? Are you capable of seeing me with you when you shut your eyes real tightly and imagine real hard? Put on your thinking cap, picture this tub of lard, nestled in your arms, held close to your heart, like your nerves pumping blood. We'll be bumping bodies in the mud. I like to see you covered in suds. I woke up with a thud, my head slamming against the bedpost. You were nowhere to be found. I'm calling this another false alarm. What an idiot I was to think that you'd come running to my arms. Could we live in our own crazy little universe? It's not my curse to love you, it's a blessing to do so, but it's my inescapable lot in life. I feel compelled to be attracted to you, and there's no way that I can ever see you differently. Once I started seeing you as sexy, it was hard to go back to the way things used to be when you were just a sweet little innocent buttercup to me. You had a way of sticking in my brain with your fair face, declaring the audacity of your teacher to give you detention for something you shouldn't have been forbidden to mention. The holy word of God in a Christian school. There's a part of you that sticks with me no matter where I go. I don't get any wiser as I get older, I just get fatter. I don't think you are going to get any taller, though I could be wrong and you might have another growth spurt waiting for you right around the corner. Pretty chops, girl. There's no way you will ever catch me giving up on you. Some people like to be the center of attention all the time. You don't mind being in the limelight, but you certainly don't crave it 24/7. I'm sorry for anything you ever may have said or done to get yourself in trouble, or anything others may have said and done to land you in a soup. If you are dropping subtle hints about my country of origin, I appreciate the cheeky references that fly over the head of all but the most discerning spirits. Is it bad that I want to play mummies and daddies with you? I want to build a house of our own. I want to start a brand new life and have babies with you. I want you to be my lady. I promise my eyes aren't lazy. Once you set eyes on me, I couldn't look elsewhere if I tried, 'cause I'm hooked on you for life, my beautiful angel. Where did you hide your wings? You know how bright you bling. I think of all the things you have experienced since I left you all those years ago. I didn't expect you to recognize me. I certainly didn't pick you except for your Cindy Crawford-like beauty spot, which I wish I could kiss or play with, even if you wouldn't want to draw excess attention to it. I could have saved myself a lot of heartbreak if I had have just stuck to the rules, decided you off limits to me, that I shouldn't even try to mess around or get romantic with you before the timing was right. Still, I saw the example of my friends not practicing what they preached. It made me laugh to see such hypocrisy. What are people supposed to think when you're a youth group leader with a young girl on each arm? Are we not supposed to refrain from the appearance of evil? Aren't you just rubbing it in your wife's face when you act like that? I know that you would be better than the best I ever possibly never had or will have. You will continue to flourish like the palm tree. I will just perish through these thoughts of you clinging to me still, yet I will cherish our connection for the rest of eternity. It's hard for me to just forget about you, to pretend like I don't have feelings for you. Maybe it was selfish of me. I want to start the fire of loving you too soon. Soon. I know I lacked the patience. I wasn't tenacious enough to keep on fighting for you in that brief moment before you found somebody else in that tiny window. My heart could have slipped through if I wasn't such a procrastinator when it comes to giving you gifts. If I knew for sure what it takes to provide your spirit with a lift. I know I was shifting gears too fast. I wish I could make your happiness last. You preferred to live that chaste life. Or maybe you just didn't want the likes of me chasing you. Can you see you have left your imprint on me? Like the dye stained on my sheets from my dressing gown. Like chocolate hazelnut spread smeared all over my thick lips. I could slip into a coma with a smile on my face. Grinning from cheek to cheek, knowing you were with me. I could pass peacefully over to the other side if I had you to hold my hand and guide me through the passage from this life. Would you stick a golden coin over both my eyes? I don't need to pay the booklet for his exorbitant fare. Will you promise to take me there with you into your world? Paint a picture with words for me? Would you let me be one of those blessed ones who gets to video chat with you? Not cause talking to anybody else just feels like sloppy seconds to me now. It's like being offered the scraps when everybody else gets the best portion. I commend you. Taking a bold stand against abortion. People don't give you enough credit for being willing to cop hate for the sake of standing up for the lives of those least able to defend themselves. You should be admired and celebrated for that. They should have a parade in your honor. Plenty of babies in the hospital are grateful for your efforts.
Does this actually go somewhere other than pear-shaped in 60 seconds? I could just die inside those lips and be the happiest dude on earth. I could sink my teeth ships in the ocean of you, the sweetest, most syrupy saliva pool. Guess you could say I'm a fool for your love, fueled by affection or its possibility, motivated by it singularly. It's hard to recognize you without a hat these days. Glasses don't often adorn your face, though they belong perched on your nose for certain usages. You are not just one of those people trying to make a trend out of looking geeky or nerdy. What's the verdict? That camera shutter eye is always fluttering by, flashing brightly in your pupils, schooling you in the art of disengagement, forcing you to be an expert at subterfuge. Dodging the glitz and glamour for a quiet, simple life in the heart of the country. You have so many islands to explore, about as many as you've got ideas inside that prodigiously talented mind of yours. If only I could be the one you choose instead of the one you'd rather lose, ducking and weaving through these dark alleyways. Daring me to follow you offline for a change. Let's pretend that computers don't exist and we can do whatever we wish together. I know it's probably too much for you to handle if I told you that you are the one who lights the candle of my heart and sets my world ablaze. You might not ever even believe me, 'cause the act was such hypocrisy, but you were more than enough for me. I wouldn't want to look at any other woman again if I knew that I was the one you were looking for all along. If I keep on going over in my mind those wonderful moments before I caused you to cringe at my thoughts, I flipped the script on you again. I acted like I just wanted to be friends. I pretended to be happy with the situation I found myself in, having to accept the other man in your life, knowing I couldn't share you. I couldn't have even the tiniest piece of you, for you had moved on and left me behind forevermore. Do you think that we can escape the influence of our surroundings? I can tell you are being forced to think the same way as others. I don't see your voice talking when you discuss magic, when you get dark and dirty on me. I don't see that pure innocent you in that talk. It seems like somebody else has taken over your head. I hate it when they write you off. I hate it when they're so callous and dismissive of you. They don't see the potential in you for greatness beyond your wildest dreams. You are the wealthiest woman on earth if you have Jesus in your heart. I know I didn't always treat you with the respect and honor you deserve. I waited too long to tell you I loved you and adore you and would do anything for you. If only I had known how close I was to getting the fire started in your pure gold heart.
which it was not meant to be, or was it? Which is easier for you to believe that this world was made by little green men or God? I don't see any interplanetary leaders sending their only son to die for the sake of the preservation of the universe. It is for our planet's salvation alone God suffered and died on the cross, and those who were saved as fathers. I know we're always humans, never animals. Let me never be a peddler of false hope. We may never find the road to well. If I'm sick, I don't want to ever recover from loving you. I knew your taste in movies had changed before you were allowed to enter certain ones without a guardian. I don't think everyone is as strict on those rules as they used to be back in my day. I offered you something you didn't want, then kept on attempting to push it down your throat, thinking someone might plot to take me away from love. Nobody ever forced you into interaction with me. At first you might have played along with my game just to be polite, and suddenly you found your gumption. Nobody was expecting you to show up in my heart. They didn't know what you were going to mean to me, the significant role you would play in injecting me with positivity, disenabling me to speak the worst about myself. So I only see the best, choosing to focus extensively on the positive aspects of your character and personality. Whatever glimpse you made possible, gazing through the hole in your soul, peeping through your eyes, checking a window to your world, I could kiss you over and over again till the end of time. My pretty black pearl, glowing in the sunlight, my dazzling mahogany, carved by the hands of holy God. People stare in amazement when you look their way. When you favour them with company, they get blessed as a result. Happiness is the default setting of my heart ever since I first met you. I didn't envision a cute little dumpling blossoming and bloom into a beautiful young woman whose pumpkins were ripe for the plucking. I won't let her seed become roasted. I'd throw my whole body in front of her first. Through the fog in my brain I can see your face. Don't make me chase you any more than I have to. I see maturity as well as a gradual position of transition in you. Do see, man, it's got me thinking about bellowing out loud. You are everything I need. I like to see you larger than life, sitting on the couch next to me, watching the idiot box. But I get more entertained by your eyes anyway. There is something that keeps on holding me back from becoming the person God wants me to be. Maybe I've lost touch with the kid I once was, and this is just a consequence of that tragic loss. I swing between shameless and remorseful. I let myself get tangled up in tantalizing theatrics, the most stunning display of physical beauty I have ever seen in my journey on this planet so far. You could have been the star of your own television show. The roots go down far below. They stretch wide across the continents. I forgot about your stars and stripes connections, how you were capable of introspection as well as outro, how you blog about your family like a journalist, carefully scrutinizing every little detail for comic effect, finding the humour in everyday situations with such perfectly flawless descriptions, saying just what needed to be said, nothing more, nothing less, subtle enough to garner an audience for yourself, bold enough to take the risk to address controversial topics. I envision a dystopic future without you, but it could still be heavy to carry the weight of my sorrow at being all too aware. You wouldn't dare to come close enough to me to question the authority behind my worldview. I get whirled into this maelstrom of affection for you. Don't take it as a diss. If I can't give you everything you wish for, my stamina was sorely lacking. I couldn't stand the sight of myself leading you astray. I kept thinking of millstones being hung around my neck and me being pulled under the sea. Still, I feel this strange compulsion to linger longer in your company. I always knew my guilt would riddle me with its bullets in the long run. It's not really anything you can get away with for as long as you live on this here planet. If I could just hold you in my arms, I know I would be happy forever. I don't think I can go on like this, having so many mountains, hills and oceans between us. I'm not the kind of guy to call it quits at the drop of a hat. It usually takes plenty of forward planning. It is a premeditated act that occurs after a lot of discussion with the Lord, or at least with my homies who I can trust to hear me out and shake me up like a snow globe when I start talking stupid, as if my harebrained schemes have a hope of getting off the ground. I can only go so far without wanting to turn back and look at you. I'm like Lot's wife. I'm totally worth it being turned. It's totally worth it being turned into a pillar of salt just so I can get the privilege of looking at you one more time. I hope the boy who loves you knows the kind of love I have for you, that kind of persistent love that digs in its heels. If I can't have you, I don't want to have anybody else. I desperately desire you. I constantly crave you. I furiously fret with fondness over your follicles, over your fineness, for you are the classes, the most delectable lassie I ever laid eyes upon. How could I ever have been too far gone over anyone else? It boggles the imagination. Of course, that was before you became more of a contender. Suddenly you shot up and filled up and killed every party with your presence. Anytime you rocked up, you knew it was going off like a bottle rocket. I keep a miniature frame of you in my pocket, behind the plastic window of my wallet. Isn't my folly to love you, because you make me jolly, wishing you'd shelter under my brolly. When I count my blessings, you are obviously topping my list each and every time. Stay alive, chill out with me. Think of Christ sacrificed with his arms outstretched on that holy tree. For the sake of the love of us, he poured out his blood like a river of redemption. None of us are exempt from being punished for our sins unless we let Jesus in our hearts. Oh, could you be a part of me? Could he use us to build his kingdom and increase his family? Or am I better off just staying away and keeping my distance from you till my dying day? You have grabbed my mind like an octopus, seized by multiple tentacles. You never went looking for my love. But once my thoughts started to twist and turn in regards to you, it was hard to go back to my old way of relating to you as just a bud. Now it's more like a cigarette, because my soul is inhaling you and loving every minute of it. I can feel you spreading throughout my system. You are flooding my existence. I didn't think that you would ever want to talk to me again when I treated you like a piece of meat at the market. Good only for my amusement, I choose you. Still, despite the inconvenient fact of you happening to be attached to somebody else right now, hoping that will change if I keep sticking around, giving you my attention, striving just to see you smile. I wouldn't have even mind if you wanted to tell me what to do all the time, so long as I get to kiss your lips and hold your hips every evening. Does that bed ever get lonely with just one person sleeping in it? Surely it would be warmer and more friendly once we tied the knot. I'm losing the plot because I want you so much, but I know the way things are, and it doesn't seem like they're ever going to change this side of eternity. Save me from those fires that burn infernally. Maybe you can rescue me, be my superwoman for a lifetime, not just anything. You could be the one to keep my faith from completely collapsing. With one little word of encouragement thrown my way from you. Make no bones about it, I'm in love with you, no doubt about it. Though it's a roller coaster ride full of ups and downs and terrifying clowns. I would help you with your homework if only I was able to reach you right now. I would do your detention for you. If I was able to stand in your place, I would clap those erasers for you. I would die for you if you asked me to. Why is that sometimes easier than simply living for you? Because that way I don't have to deal with the trial of every day, where I have the potential to put you off like I've done before. Still, you stuck around. You didn't completely illuminate me from your life. I don't think it's that I must have done something right, but simply God's grace and mercy, allowing me to hold on to you, even when I gave you a reason to proceed with caution around me. Only tickling your fancy, nothing else, and never any physical flesh items. I am yet to convince myself that I made the right decision in regards to you. It's not like you were ever available for me to love, but you purchased my heart the first time I started choosing you. And considering the possibility that maybe your sister wasn't the one I should have been chasing, even though you were telling me to go for it. It didn't take me long before we started talking for us to establish a heart connection. Even though our communication was infrequent, there was an intense, passionate heat about it. I hate the fact I ran out of things to say so quickly. You tackled my problem in the best way by telling me I was boring you to tears by repeating myself all that time. Why did I convince myself that talking dirty to you would make me seem more interesting? You much preferred me when I played it safe and kept our dialogue clean. Something you wouldn't be afraid of your folks overhearing. Still, you played my game. You were adhering to its rules and regulations just enough to make me think there might be the slimmest hope of something happening. If you didn't want to get involved, you should have been more fun with me. Did you get fun from me whether you ever had any feeling for me? I'm squinting and delighted at the thought of you spending the night talking to me, even if it's just on the phone. Please don't leave me alone, my sweet love. Could you be mine if only in my dreams? Can you take me away from my problems if only for a little while? Could I turn that frown of yours into a smile? I wish you would dial my number. I hope you could wake me from my slumber. That subconscious fantasy I was having wasn't worthwhile anyway. It didn't sustain me like your pretty eyes and intoxicating ears, like your captivating mouth and marvelous nose. Just suppose that we could be an item like the petal and the stem, forever part of each other, connected by our earnest hearts. I get that you may be feeling a little freaked out right now, and you may find it hard to get a handle on exactly where I'm going with this. Because it seems like I can't make my mind up about girls, getting fresh with one and ignoring her the next day for the sake of another. Face not necessarily more persistent or even more complimentary or even more accessible, although in this case she was that open door policy, her heart swinging wide just for me to come inside. Physically you may be still in the process of maturing, but to my mind you are far more mature than any woman my age, far more clever, and less muddled in the head about what's right and wrong. You haven't overthought things enough to be confused just yet. You just stuck to the classic basics that never steered you off the edge of a cliff into a world only dreams inhabit. If you think you can rhyme or sing, would you like to take a stab at it? You give my heart wings. Help me soar above my problems when I want to hit the panic button and slam on the brakes. Get ready, 'cause we are gonna eat some cake tonight. We won't just waste one to smash our faces in it. You can tell I've gone too far. Picture you riding in every car, comparing you to others who you are better off by far. Forget about the past, 'cause only your love was built to last. The woman I love is still on a journey towards womanhood. She isn't past the bleeding, and she's still too young for her breasts to start feeding innocent infants yet. But she's old enough to know what it is to have a crush. When you get that sparkly sensation within your loins, like you were a like you won a royal flush. I blush at the thought of you sitting next to me on the bus. Wish it could have been you on that journey instead of her. Was I just projecting my feelings for you onto her? Was I just trying to find a way to deal with the emotional connection I felt to you and make it happen faster in the physical real world with someone that could have been you given a different set of circumstances of birth? It's been a while since we had those after-school conversations. You gave me an education on how teachers and students behave. I admired your paper doll clothes, which you customized for me. You didn't matter to me then anywhere near as much as you do right now. It's weird when you were used to seeing a cute little girl and then you see her all grown up into a beautiful young woman, still learning how to use her powers of seduction for good and not for evil, still grappling with her sensuality, with the reality of her physical body parts. It's tricky, know when I have gotten myself into some sticky situations and then hoping you could put it all behind you. I just wanted to remind you I will always be there for you if you were ever ready and willing to get something started with a guy like me who will love you and cherish you from here through to eternity. Perish the thought of losing you. I would always be choosing you above all others. We could be friends and lovers. We could discover brand new worlds together. I am determined that you will have the finest things in life if you let me stay by your side. I know you are protected from guys taking advantage of you slightly, 'cause you lack the financial concerns of those who were forced to sleep in the gutter. But I'm sure you have still found yourself in some vulnerable situations already. So I pray God will protect you as you go about your journey. As much as I want him to reserve you for me, I mostly selflessly pray he will preserve your innocence until your wedding day. If I can't be the groom I settle for being, I guess that will cost you know whose shoes I would rather be in. I can't believe I was chasing after anyone else but you. I guess we all make mistakes, don't we? I'm glad you are the forgiving kind. I want to penetrate your brain and scooch around inside your mind. Yesterday it was a write-off, but that doesn't matter in the slightest. I got to communicate with you. That's what makes my spirit the lightest. Lifting those burdens of cold hearts and loneliness from my shoulders, sharing my space with potential competitors. You are my resource. Let no coarse talk proceed from my mouth. I want to keep it pure with you. I want to do whatever it takes to please you. Because can we have that kind of relationship where it doesn't matter how long we have been apart, we will always find something to do and say to each other. I do not wish to become a thorn in the side. I do not wish to be a thing of annoyance to you. I had to fight a little war with your relatives, but hopefully God can make them see how much you mean to me, how I'm prepared to be here for the long haul. Now nobody is going to get rid of me but my own insipidness. Could it be once more like it was with that other girl? The two of us talking about everything under the sun, walking together, whispering secret thoughts concerning topics that were taboo for discussion around the dinner table. Your love is limitless. Your love is timeless. I can't imagine existing without the context of you being part of my life. Although I know I once did, it drives me insane. The fact I passed through your town but never saw you. Or when you went back to where we both used to be, I was nowhere to be found. It brings me down to think that I might have lost you forever. You can tell I'm addicted to you when I can't go 24 hours without looking at your pictures. My eyes float above the clouds to find your face. They rest on the airport tarmac and then they travel a few miles down the road. They show up in your kitchen, observing you cooking up a storm, or maybe shaking it furiously on the stage for your dance night, performing your best hula or doing a meke. I could make you a balloon angel out of paper mache. I thought I'd have to admit my affection for you to my folks, but I never had to, cause you were never free as a bird when I was interacting with you, beyond the age when you were way too young to go to a rave with me. Be brave and come chill with me. Maybe you're not a basketball player, but you scored a slam dunk and won my heart over. You netted it instantly from your first cheeky comments. You probably didn't know what was happening until it was too late to change my mind. There comes a time when a woman will quit desiring you, when you fill her with so much disappointment that she doesn't even bother to call you. Maybe you were only in it for the long haul in terms of friendship only. Could you be my homie again? How can I stop myself from stuffing it up? Once we got something started between us, can't you feel the tenderness and electricity flowing both ways? I wish you knew how desperately I long to kiss your face. Growing up is hard to do these days. Kids get bullied way more in the schoolyard. Their talk is way more sexual than it was back in my day. We still used to talk in double entendre. We were far more cryptic than obvious, talking about lovers getting friendly or getting action. These days little boys are demanding sex from little girls in the schoolyard because it's their birthday. Gone are the days where we could always associate innocent with kids' play. I see guys on the train begging favor from women simply because they were born on this day you name it years ago, as if that gives them the right to strip a woman of her dignity, to take it for granted, to undress her with their eyes, to have her feeling cold and brutalized, to utilize her only to satisfy your own selfish carnal needs. Some of us just get one nugget of truth and cling to it for the rest of our lives. Maybe I should have followed my friend to a shady spot. My head was too full of you to do a whole lot. So maybe I will face the worst case scenario and lose all contact with you. Maybe I will have to force myself away from you. Not that you're no good for me, but I'm too impatient for you. I don't know how to teach myself to wait for you. I would like to dehydrate with you, chill together in that park where the lovers met. Which was going to get turned into a hotel resort. It cuts me deep to think I never got that chance. Why did she care about my discriminating tastes if she had no intent to follow through with what I meant to her? I didn't figure out how to summon up the gumption to reach out my hand to you and pull you closer to myself. I only needed to take a bus. You weren't even that far away. It wouldn't even have cost that much. You know I'm a skinflint, by the way. Could you love this penny pincher? You buy your man food, shouldn't he be your provider? Maybe you like it better that way, being on top, being the boss. I will never let you get your cash out your purse. Force you to put it away, cause I see your places being cared for by me. It's different when I'm chilling with dudes. Even then my thoughts return to you. Dreaming of you as my wifey, wondering if you'd ought to take out every night, if you would be a stewardess, always catching an early morning flight. Wish I didn't have to fight so hard just to capture your heart. But it's all about the thrill of the chase. I just want you to know how great you are. I wish you wouldn't dish yourself like some of us do. Why can't they always see the marvelous and wonderful in you, like I nearly always do? Oh, darling, please just hold me in your arms and get it over with. You know you have been thinking about this moment since we first met. Sweating it out, just to smoke you out your high hole, just to get you to come out and play with me, honey.